moving on. So we'll do almost about 1 more hour, and then we'll move on to showing off new pickups. So, Monokuma test. Yes, as a whole, it is definitely a lot more closer to an actual RPG, that's for sure. But it still has a lot of differences. Maybe just for the hell of it, why not try wild luck 1 more time on all 3 machines, see what kind of luck we got. Maybe it will be a sign to tell. Maybe it'll be a sign to despair. Oh! I always have you. I wonder what he'll convert into item-wise, though, I wonder, because that's my first duplicate ultimate. So, that does lead to a question. So, it does not tell me specifically which became what. Boo. That sucks. I got an ultimate, and it was one I always had. That sucked. That sucked. But considering today, with only a 5% chance, we got 2 ultimates. Oh! Another one I always had, damn it. Of course. That's a good one. That's a good one to get with Pizza, because she's just so adorable! I need to watch the anime, though. The Despair and Hope arcs and that take place after the second game. I need to see more awesome waifu-ness. No luck at that. That's... Out of today, we got 3 new freaking well, not new ultimates, but we got it actual ultimates. So, Kaito, get the fuck out of here. We don't need you anymore, Kaito. You have been replaced. I really wish the menu interface did a little better though, so who has, I guess, yeah, YouTube, but I don't have anything equipped on her yet, so let's see, that gives way tons of freaking intelligence, so we'll go with that. So, Kaito is up there, okay. Intelligent hit there. Then Kaito had the safety uniform. Uniform of overflowing talent. That will help with her HP, which is a bit low. Kaito had the overflowing. Kaito won't need them anymore, that's for sure. So now we have the bazillion, quadrillion, gazillion freaking ultimate things we got here. So Kaito had survival, which gave a lot of influence in strength. Ooh, that's not gonna do much good for her. That gives a lot more intelligence and some focus. Some focus. Well, fortitude's pretty low. I'm not sure. And then the question mark. Just does a little bit of everything. That helps with the fortitude a little bit. I think I may just go with the intelligence boost. Or perverted inventor will be some use. Okay, I think that'll do. So what have we got? Still less, you got more in her. We ended up with a lot more defense and strength. But man, she got the fortitude and intelligence, though. The luck went to shit, though. Alright, well, let's hope this turns out to be a functioning group of misfits and weirdos and imbecilic lunatics. So, we've only went down one floor, right? Yeah, we went down one floor that gave us the wank up. So now we're officially exploring the dungeon for the first time. Now, if I remember correctly, when you start the dungeon, it actually is a dungeon, so it's kind of weird to go to a dungeon again. Huh. That's a little bizarre. It's very small. Your attack missed. Okay, so all out attack. Enemies are gonna obviously be a lot more resistant to all my non-vital characters, so that's kind of a really short floor. You know, I really hope they didn't just repeat the floor design, because that would be just a tad bit lazy. Just a tad. Yeah, go ahead. You know, I like how her picture is, too, like, with her arms spread out, like, kind of gives that idea she's going to throw magic out there. Kaboom! The amount of gold a lot of these chests are giving are not really worth the time. Odd to offer a save point, too. You see, the upside of having two magic users, too, is I can flop between them, and the other one can try to absorb some focus. So, like, right now, I could do some focus, and then let her hit them. Oh, but she doesn't have hit all, that's right. I gave her nothing but hit all. Let's see what the difference between what she can do. She can do pretty good damage too. So, did you finish criminal goals? Yes, I did. If you look at my achievements, or my trophies in this regard, I actually have a platinum in it, actually. But I only did criminal goals 1. I did not do criminal goals 2 yet. I have considered starting criminal goals 2. However, I want to double check something before I even considered streaming that. I have to think about the game, seeing the gameplay in the dungeons. If you want me to share, because I only did videos on the super bosses. I did not do a playthrough of the story, though. I mean, I played it, but I didn't do videos of it. But you can find the videos for the super bosses that I did for the platinum. It's not counting the mini game thing you do. It's essentially just a dungeon crawler where it replaces. You don't really have an equipment system. Instead, I can't remember the terminology, but it's essentially a money, but it's not referred to as like money, but you use it to do the mini games that allow you to teach them more abilities. So it's a currency type system to learn abilities. You don't worry about gear. You just develop the character's abilities and level them up. So I'd say overall, as an RPG, it was okay. Slap goals get stronger. The misogyny. As an RPG, it's a bit interesting, especially since you don't have a lot of direct control of the characters. They just kind of do certain things based on what you do. I mean, it's kind of... You basically get, like, bubbles that pop up that give you an idea of what... There's a lot of save points in here. I got it for cheap digitally, but I haven't tried it for too long. It was interesting. Obviously, that type of game, you get a lot more out of it being a lot more into the female characters, obviously. I'm not a creep. But, what was I gonna say? But yeah, if that kind of thing ain't your thing, that might seem more like an annoyance. But as an RPG, it was interesting. The graphics are pretty good, honestly, though. Okay, there's an elevator over there, so we don't want to go over there right now. Now, the first game is banned on Twitch. So, obviously that kind of thing ain't gonna ever be there. And that's the problem I have with doing a playthrough of the second game. While it's not on the ban list, I want to double and triple make sure it would be okay to do that. Personally, I don't... Okay, that just connects over there, so... personally, I don't really see the big deal. Okay, yeah, it's sexualized. What pretty much isn't. I mean, just look at DeviantArt. Pretty much literally everything is sexualized quite literally on DeviantArt that you could humanly think about, so... I don't see why it really matters, but that goes back into talking about how I think Twitch is just over-policing things. Shoes of Courage. Shoes of Courage. Ooh, we're going over 100% now. So, the talent ones give 70 agility, so that's going to increase luck, so that would be good for Kibo if he's wearing, yeah. Because he's the one with all the luck. Which, actually, speaking of which, can we make anything interesting? Oh, the Spears of Gundy. Gun... Oh my goodness. Oh, so a few new things. The Army Knife, a hammer. Let's laugh at the top of our lungs. Let's see. We have the rope, so there's a few. So the Courage things got added. I'm almost close to being able to make that. Nice, so there's still a lot of new equipment to get. The normal enemies and criminal goals seem to take a lot of hits, so I thought it was very grindy. Well, I mean, that's pretty much all you got to do is to go through the dungeon, fight, and develop the goals. So, essentially, yes, it is very grindy, because that's pretty much all you got really going for it, because... The plot, I mean, there is a plot, don't get me wrong, but it's not like it's some deep, crazy plot like Persona games or something. It's pretty easy to guess most of it, honestly. But, I mean, I don't think it was bad, it's just, it is very sexualized, so if that ain't your cup of tea, or if that really bothers you, then you probably want to pass on it. But if either you like that, or you don't mind that, then I don't think it's going to be that big of a problem then. But yeah, at some time I need to see if doing 2 might be feasible, because I didn't hate it. It was kind of it's kind of the game you would probably usually play like when watching something that isn't super involved, so you wouldn't have to be too concerned about it's like, oh, say like, I'm going to miss out on something like that. It's a mermaid Monokuma thing. Somebody really just sat at like a desk and be like, I need to try and think of the most bizarre Monokuma things I can think of. See, I don't care about that whole discussion if the game is interesting. It's okay. I thought it was interesting. It's definitely different. That's definitely what I could, like, not in the gigantic way that, like, Way Gigant is. Wait a minute. Okay. Chest over there. Not, like, in a huge way that would get Way Gigant is, but, it definitely is different. So, it's still not a traditional RPG. There's no shop system. Like I said, there's no gear or any management on that. It is a very strange waifu type game. There are some interesting, like, in-game stuff, like, depending on how you set the characters up and that can be interesting to set up too. I want to say, like, if you're, like, because like I said, you don't really get a very direct control system. It's not traditional in that regard. Honestly, the best way to really is just watch a little footage of it. Like I said, if you want, I can link you to some of the super bosses, and the super bosses aren't really spoilers much, really. Yeah. See, it was the ultimate, so that gives additional agility. So they all have the ultimate, except you just have ultimate talisman, which gives you 5 other attributes. So you lose 5 to the other attributes, but you gain extra luck and agility. So, and again, more luck can be useful if I need to win or anything. And the agility surely makes his turn come sooner, I would hope. So, well, I hate the lack of the 5%. It's not like a huge hit. Because everyone else has the other. I wonder if there's like an upgrade version of these. I wonder. I wonder. So, and there's money. Let's see, it's a ginger claw with a different spin on it. Yes. But, yeah, if you want something different, ooh, I don't like that. I didn't like that at all. No. Kill it, Leon. Kill it with Waging Baseball Flames. My problem with digital games is that I forget I own them, and yeah, I mean, I got like practically every game, I pretty much got almost like every PlayStation Plus since I got my PS4. And, I mean, I think I've only ever like loaded 2 of them up. So, I'm pretty much can share the same sentiment. Ooh, yeah, the enemies are definitely going to be a lot more threatening, that's for sure. Good thing that heals everyone, though. But, let's see, when I buy something physical, it seems like it has more value. Well, then you actually own it and can fucking pop it back. As long as it ain't like something, you know, like Overwatch or that, where it only has online play. Which is the only time I think digital really makes sense in that regard, because obviously when servers are dead, it's not that easy unless the fan base makes a server or something, but yeah, I still prefer physically. You know, that it is down, I was waiting several times while I was playing Persona 5. He said he liked it doing digital, and I mean, I know those, like, you don't have to worry about like how I have so much crap that takes up space, and that is true. If you do a lot of video games, it takes up a lot of your space. And that is the sad truth when you do physical games to our capacities. But I do perform because at least I know I can pop it in and play. And obviously, in most cases, a system is a lot easier to replace than the video game. Especially when it's a whale video game, because then it's a very pricey replacement. See, the only time that's different is, you know, usually junk consoles that weren't very popular and didn't sell well, like, say, a CDI or the Panasonic 3DO. That's where that takes a more different tone. Like, say, replacing a PlayStation 1 or N64 or GameCube, those are easy. But replacing the games, there's a staircase, but it looks like there's a chest down here. But replacing a lot of games can be difficult. They can be a lot more difficult, especially when they have limited or very small print ones. I'm glad to know that I can play my 3Ds in my... See if the battery holds up. Your 3Ds, like your 3DS, or do you mean like a 3DO? Do you have a 3DO? I was gonna, like, I would like to get a 3DO or Panasonic CD. Especially, let's see, was it the Panasonic that the, Legend of Zelda game's on? Because I have that Ron Gamlon still. 3DS. Well, be honest, 3DS carts probably won't go bad at all in any regard for a very long time. I mean, stuff's made to last much better in that regard. Sadly, the bigger problem comes with, like, with discs. Discs themselves will pretty fine as long as you take care of them. It's the console's lenses that become a problem. Because lenses, I've never personally had a lens die on me, but they do die, so... Focus, agility, and luck. Not bad, so... You have ultimate hat, you have overflowing talent, which 70%, so you're a pretty good candidate on that. That would definitely increase that pretty good. You actually need a improvement on a hat, and you do too. So, being honest, who has less? It's not that big of a difference though, and you have the hit alls actually, so to be honest, it's probably better for whole. Poor ultimate gamer. Oh, there's a money chest I miss. Eh. I don't want to kill. It's money. It's money, money, money. Who needs money? Yeah, that's a bit of a thing. My Saturn and PS1 still run fine, but I don't know how long they will last. Yeah. But, like I said before, they're pretty easy to replace. And even if it ever got to the point where just getting a new system became a problem, there's still a lot of places that will replace lenses and fix them up. Places like Pink Gorilla and other stores do things to fix games. Oh wait, no, I went down a floor. I'm not on that one floor I was thinking of. Okay, I think I'll use a hit all on this and take the opportunity to let her get some focus back here. But yeah, that sadly is a big, unless she kills them all. Okay, well at least he stayed alive. 100? Yes. So they don't like electricity. But yeah, I don't think in the long run, I think lenses and stuff will be quite available, so I think there's always going to be people will be able to repair them and that. Game stores that will repair them and things. But I'm thinking in like 20 years in the future, well, I think lenses will still be available. I mean, hell, pin connectors for NESs are fucking available still. So I don't think it's something that's just going to die out in the repair sense. But it could become harder to find a working console just straight off the street, though. It might become more common to need them to get new lenses, maybe. It depends on how many stores out there will fix them up. See, there are people caring for 100-year-old cars, so will be a... Yeah, I mean, as long as there's a market for the materials to repair them, they'll exist to some capacity. So, and considering how big retro gaming is and how much more bigger it's only bound to get, I don't think it's really going to be magically vanishing anytime soon. I really don't see it just poofing that easily. Ooh, a critical hit. Good job, Chemo. Too bad you didn't kill it. Yeah, I think that thing's just purely immune to magic. Nope, we only got it in first. That's the way out. Let's see, and one thing I'm always thinking about, will the retro market continue to be as strong in the future? I think it depends on what you mean by strong. Like, will there be a huge market to keep buying them? Or do you mean like prices, will they go up or down? I think prices may fluctuate a whole lot, but I don't see the retro market really going. As long as our generation exists, the retro market's going to exist to some capacity. Now, once we're really freaking old, like our 80s and 90s, that's when I think the retro market may experience a big change. Because by that time, you're going to have so many younger people used to digital media. And we, you know, who knows what's going to happen with physical media in the next 15, 20 years. So that's when I think there could be a big change once our generation starts dying out. Look for PS3 and such, making the PS1 sound less desirable. Illness in general, which includes prices. Interest in general, which includes prices. It's hard to say. I mean, it's hard to say how far, because you gotta keep in mind, like, I can't remember what stream it was, but there was some time I was talking about, like, PS2 games, and I said, like, kind of retro, and I think it was Dan that said, it's like, those aren't retro, and it's like, well, you gotta keep in mind, like, with the PS1, PS2, N64, and that, we're at a time where, to people, those are retro to them. Those are their Atari and NES and Super Nintendos. That's their childhood times. And I know that's probably really crazy to think of, but that's sadly the truth. That is the sad truth. There is a generations that consider those their retro now. So now we got Mega Retro in Retro. Mega Retro. I love how it just fills their health completely, though. There's no questions about it. Wait, did I go? shit. Was I going up or did I... Yes, I did. Couldn't win that ball. Damn it. Let's see if I can win. Yay. We'll just call that freebie. What is up with all the save points? I don't remember there being that much money. Oh, I didn't mean to win that time. Sometimes the memory thing gets a little annoying in this. See, nothing in that one. What was it? Middle, please. So, sadly, since we lack an extra file, there's not really much to do in that regard, so we might as well take advantage of the opening to recover a little focus. For me personally, NES and 80s game stuff is not interesting for me because I didn't experience them as a kid. I do enjoy a bunch of NES stuff. There are only a few. Leon dies, we all die. It's just that simple. What was I gonna say? There's only a few like Atari type games. Like I love Missile Command. I play me some good Missile Command, but not really big into a lot of Atari type games. Like I played, and it's something I still do want to do is like experience like the old Ultima games. And if you've been with the channel for a long time, ooh, yo one. You would know I did Ultima 1 a long time ago, and I would like to do Ultima 2, but they are definitely very, very aged. They are very, very aged. Okay, so he used lightning, so it's... So I think it's reversed. I don't think it's doing the eye anymore. I think it's actually doing the actual split color now. Kilo took. I think wind. Oh, it went away. Son of a bitch. Little bastard. See, started with Super Nintendo. I grew up with the NES. Essentially, I have 3 Ultima games for Japanese Sega Sound compilation. The Relentless and Ruthless games. I didn't even know those were on the Sega Sound. I know there were NES versions, and I think there was a Super Nintendo. Poison on the floor. Well, time to die. Time to die. Okay, so I'm assuming there should be a boss on this floor. Oh, and there's also regular enemies, which is actually good because that gives us an opportunity to fill up on our focus. But good. Sweet, no. No. No, and poison. No. And it's actually pretty painful poison, though it did wake them up, so that is actually nice. That is a nicey. They all weak to magic, so probably just magic him. I don't know if poison carries on after combat. Oh, I misremembered. I have the first 3 Wizardry games. Yeah, now the Wizardry games got ported to like everything imaginable in Japan. Like, they were just so popular in Japan. Like seriously, it's crazy. Okay, everyone's max life. Focus. Well, I mean, she got quite a lot of focus, so I think it'd still be good. So I think it'll work out. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. So, boss. Yep. Another insect thing. V3. Stab it in the eye. Before. Okay, and poison did not carry over, so that's good. Oh, did that say everyone? Oh, yes. Nice. It just hits everyone. We'll do that. So, not sure what's going to do the most damage, so I guess we just try it around. Good critical. Nice 2000. Oh! Fuck! Holy shit, it just decimated Leon. Holy crap. It just decimated him. Shit. So Energize seems to make the awakening gauge fill up faster. Come on, hit hard. Okay, good, good. That gives us some time to recover. Wow, that thing was like, ow, I need to kill that guy who's punching me for fucking 2,000 damage. How much ice do? Kibo's not going to really have any useful awakening for healing, because he always heals everyone max with normal. Oh good, it did. Man, that could have went way bad. There was an option to set 90% of the Wizardry games to English, so I imported that version. Really? So, what's not set to English? I might look that up, because those might be good versions to use. Like, I've always wanted to do a playthrough of one of the Wizardry games, but, you know, very in depth. So look at that. That is a hacking gun for me with a lot of intelligence. Now I gave you a gun. So, holy crap, that takes us to 99. That's maximum power. Now, I think someone told me before that even though it tells you 999, that apparently it does go over. It does have an overflow of continuing past it, apparently. So there we go. Active. Got 10 floors cleared now. Then I'm assuming if we go down, it'll give us the wank up. Yep, Death Card Machine wanked up. Yeah, it's just repeating. We went to a dungeon and then an island. That's what we did with the original 50. It's called Wizardry Langamania Saga. Some spell descriptions and such, but it's all over the internet. That might be worth looking up, or if you got some screenshots or something. Though, does it have that thing where in the NES game of Wizardry 1, if it like auto saves and shit like that? That blows my mind. That's in Wizardry 1 on the NES too. Like, it actually will. You can't fucking save scum a physical cart of the game. Like, that's crazy. Like, it is just bizarre. It's like, how is a dude... Like, I've never seen anyone talk about how it even does that. Like, how in the hell does the physical NES game resemble... Like, you turn it off, it's like, oh yeah, the last time you were playing, everyone died, so let's continue. Okay, cool. Yeah, because I was like, if I ever did a playthrough of the NES version, I would probably just emulate and save scum the fuck out of it, because that's just too crazy for me to fucking deal with such a loss of your entire team, including all the shit on them. I think it's repeating the fucking stages, like literally. I think they'll just straight out the same stages, which is kind of a cheaper way of extending it, but I guess what can you do? Bye bye, Electric Bunny. So, actually, did we get any other new things we can make yet? We got Monokuma's special poison for poisoning use only. My special poison! Make sure you use it safely now, kids. It's very poisoning. Very, very poisoning. Some of the descriptions of these really high tier things are kind of ridiculous. Okay, they're just straight out ridiculous. Actually, there's not really any point in you doing anything since it's only one person, so... Blow it with electricity. Bonjour. So how many Wizardry games on it? 3? That's not too bad either. I don't think the original, I think the later portion of the games are on GOG because of some kind of licensing issue, I think. Okay, cool. But yeah, that could be interesting. Sounds interesting. Oh crap, I didn't went on that one. Bah. Leon, kill the crab! Thank you. See, 1, 2, and 3, and some extra content. Extra content's always good. You know, if these are indeed the same as the original floors, I wonder if the secret rooms are in the exact same places. I mean, I could just be seeing things, but I kind of have a weird sinking feeling that it is repeating. Sacrifice! Ow. 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 Yeah, the mobs are definitely a game where they can be very threatening. Thank goodness it's really easy to get on focus. Focus. Kibo, throw some of that healing. Buddy old pal. Okay, that's way continuing. Talisman of Victory. Talisman of Victory gives 15% strength. That's not as good as those. I guess they weren't really expecting you to kill the Monokuma kids yet. It seems like, I think until level 50, that wasn't really expecting you to maybe have one ultimate, but not necessarily like 3 of them like I did. So, obviously strength is not going to be useful for Kibu. Wait, yeah, it's 15% strength, so if I had a second fighter, so maybe down the road that might be useful. Right now, with only one fighter, his coin accessory gives him more extra strength, so It's not really much use. Wizardry. That's a series I never got to really get a whole lot to do. I would like to do some of that and more Ultima. Because, I mean, I do like trying out, like, you know, where origins of things came from, if you know what I mean. But, honestly, playing Ultima 1, oh, that was, I mean, it is very dated. It's just, that, it was interesting to see something that was revolutioning for its time, but, I mean, honestly, like, really, a lot of the concepts didn't even function. Like, it didn't even have a proper leveling system in Ultima 1. And from what I understand, most of the stats that you could increase don't even really matter much. So it was kind of a bizarre thing anyway. Dungeon crawlers in general only started enjoying them and playing them from the Vita onward. Oh, you want to know what interesting? If you want some interesting dungeon crawlers, I know a number. Personally, and I'm not sure if you joined any streams when I was. I've been meaning to get back to it too. Shining in the Darkness, that's one of my favorite dungeon crawlers. I love Shining in the Darkness. I played only a little of its actual, its only real sequel to its gameplay, Holy Ark, which I do own that too. I've been wanting to do a playthrough of that for bazillions of years now, because I love Shining in the Darkness. Arcadia? It was made by Horror Labs. Arcania, it's something like that. I did a playthrough, like a really old playthrough. You can find that on, I think that's on the original channel, on my main channel, before I split it. I saw your videos from you. I have Holy Ark and Sound. Yeah, it's Holy Ark. Holy Ark is the only other game that directly continued the full Shining's gameplay. Which is a shame, because I really do love Shining in the Darkness. So it's a bit of a shame they went on to all kinds of other things, but the dungeon crawling that started off. So victory gives extra strength, that's good. That drops off fortitude, so that should be fine. Increases its influence, so I think that's good. I think that'd be good. Neck freed up his hard uniform. So that gives fortitude, so what do they have? That's what you have. Yeah, that's. I think stick with that. Ooh, kill crabs. You mean a little kid in Holy Ark that goes on to be the protagonist of Shining Force 3, also on Sound. I did not actually know that. I do have all 3 Japanese versions of Shining Force 3 though. But I did not know actually Holy Ark was actually connected to Shining Force 3. That's actually slightly interesting. Some heals, El Kibo. Good go. Enemies are actually being threatening for once. I know it's a gasp. But, yeah, Arcania, or however you pronounce it, pretty nice game. It's a little dated in some of its design, but it still sticks out as a very interesting dungeon crawler, especially aesthetically. It is very different. Let's see, probably not best to go with that. Let's just try that. Because I'm assuming that thing absorbs electricity. Ow. Eek. Well. That walk. It looks like blue. There's barely a portion of its eye showing. So... let's see. Let's see how that reacts to ice. If it was this ice or it just dies physical. That looks too... ow. You stop holding everyone! Punk! Yeah, so... yeah, we're doing some of the eye business stuff again, too. Dang it, I really wish they just made the menu button and then crafting's in the menu, not separate things. They get annoying sometimes. Just a teeny bit with that NPC, but that's nice. Yeah. I mean, overall, I believe most Shining games take place in the same universe, just in a lot of different time periods. Like, a lot of the old ones that Camelot did had lots of connections. Like, I believe Dark Soul in Shining in the Darkness was actually the son of Dark Soul in Shining Force 1, and like, there's a lot of interesting connections here and there. I'm a little rusty on my knowledge. Wait, no, one ice on you. Try trick me. The only way you sacrifice. I sacrificed my other crab friend. Man, Leon's able to actually kill through. Now, see, this is reminding me of a map where the middle had a ticket chest. I don't know. It looks like it. But let's see, any other first-person dungeon crawls that I think's interesting in the old sense? That I can think of off the top of my head. Ticket. Ultimate ticket. I walked down a little bit, and I was like, oh fuck, I forgot to hug the wall. You just do a little isolated ice there. No, that's not what I wanted you to do, damn it, Leon. Leon! You're wasted. Drunk bastard. Let's see. Oh, that. Okay. That's actually a very interesting title you bring up there. So there's actually a PS2 and a Wii version of that, which I think does not have any of the original music of the sound version. Like, there was some licensing issue, so it has completely different music. I would say it's a rogue style game, like Magic Dungeon type Rogue style, going in a dungeon, finding crap, and then trying to get out with that stuff. And if you die, you lose all that shit. What's interesting about the game is the story. It is batshit crazy. Like, I didn't get very far in the game, but I remember I actually read about the story some online, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? This is such a weird ass story. It is a very strange story. There should be an elevator on this floor. So, I wouldn't say it's much of a like a first-person dungeon crawler type game, but if you're counting like Rogue style games, then yeah, it would be good for that. But it's definitely not pardon me. It's definitely not a normal dungeon crawler type. It's just a Rogue dungeon crawling. So I remember it was pretty bizarre, like the NPCs and the little safe area were very fucking bizarre. I remember it being very strange. I technically actually have both versions, actually, I think. I got the PS2 version, but I think if I remember correctly, I found a copy of the Wii version for like $1 or $2 somewhere one day, and I think it's just laying around somewhere. But yeah, that is a very bizarre game. So you have the Saturn version. You have any way to like record the music? Because I'm very interested. Because at the time, I'm not sure about now, but at the time, I actually tried to look for sounds from it, and I couldn't find anything because I had read that said the music was different, but there was very limiting information on that, so it was kind of hard to really. I'm not 100% sure if it's true. True. Soul Hackers and the first Summoner game, the other Summoner games were kind of strange Digimon 1-esque like games. They're kind of like that a bit in that regard. But they're hard without knowing Japanese. I actually have Summoner 1 on my PSP. I got the PSP version of that. And wasn't Soul Hackers ported to the 3DS? Or is that a different game that I'm thinking of? There might be something else I'm thinking of. I thought Soul Hackers was on, that got a port on the 3DS. Oh, I'm pretty sure it was Soul Hackers, wasn't it? See, most of my 3DS games will stack down there. Yeah, Soul Hackers, right there. Soul Hackers. It is on the 3DS. Oop. There were Saturn ports that I'm not aware of. I'm not aware of ports of the Force SMT games. I know you got the original SM games on the NES 1 and 2, and then you got the SMT that when Atlas bought it from Namco, it made SMT 1 and 2 on the Super Nintendo, which were also loosely based on the novel, which the SM games were based on the novel. There is a Soul Hackers on, yeah. There is a port of it on the... Now, there is a few bugs on the 3DS version. There was a very weird freezing bug. I didn't experience it when I was trying it out, but if you look it up, there are people who've talked about having the game just randomly freeze on them, which obviously really sucks. Good. More strength. Obviously that really sucks, but I think that just goes back to where we was. Go away, I don't want to fight you. Wasn't it? Yeah, we just were down there, so. Go away, monsters! I don't like you! Are we on time? And we are about at that hour, so let us save. Check out the death card machine, and we'll finish up the day showing off pickups. But I'm gonna take a quick break and go check the mail to make sure there ain't anything new in there. So, not too bad. We got some progress. We got what, 15 floors done, a boss. So our percentage went up to 10%. Not too bad. Now we can get one ultimate. So, what do I have the least ultimates in? I got 3 ultimates in V3. I got 3 Danganronpa 1. Then I should have only 1 and 2. So, logistically, if I want the best odds of getting a new one, it would be best to do the ticket on 2. I have not. I'd like to get my waifu Kyoto, so, but I only got my waifu Kyoto for 2. I don't got my waifu Kyoto for 1 though. Boo. Here we go though. Let's see what we got. She's a great Kyoto, but come on! I want the new card. Japanese Sega Sound games are so crazy. It was definitely a bonkers ass machine, that's for sure. I got her twice in 1 day's stream. Damn it. Well, let's finish off drawing 10 cards from each machine. Maybe we'll get some better luck. We got 10%, so both Lunar remakes got sound versions. Well, actually, the remakes, or the Eternal Blue and the Eternal Silver, probably, as far as I remember, they were originally Saturn games because of superior 2D technology, and then they got ported to the PS1. Grandia 1 was also originally a Sega Sound game, I believe, too, which also had a spin-off game that's only on the Saturn in Japan. They also got a spin-off that's only on a Game Boy Color in Japan as well. And I actually own both of those. I have that spin-off game on the Saturn. It's a complete copy. And I have a cartridge copy of the Game Boy Color game. So, I have a complete copy of Magical School on the Sega Saturn. And I've actually even played some of it. I've even also wanted to actually do a playthrough of it. But I thought it might be kind of boring to watch, because I would be mainly love and justice will win the day. The ultimate teacher of Hope Peaks Academy. Now, of all the characters, I didn't want... Hell, I'd rather get Monokumas. Like, really out of everyone I could have gone. Grandia something museum, yes, it had museum in the title. The Ultimate Survival. That's not too shabby. On Saturn, yes it did. That is the other spin-off game. I'm not really sure what much of the game is. I do know there's supposed to be a mechanic where I think you could import save data from Grandia 1 into it. And you're like one of my least fucking favorite characters in the entire damn series. So, I'm not very happy about getting... Come on, give me an Ultimate Gunta. Give me Ultimate Gunta. Gunther. Yeah, we'll call him Gunther. There we go. There we go, the ultimate lucky student. I refuse to give up. To get bored, to throw it all away. See, he is a green. Where's our fighter? See, there. Give me ultimate. Give me. Please, with the waifus. And for the love of goodness, don't give me her. I probably will get her before I get who I want. Okay, well, we got some. I'll probably get some more off screen of that, but I thought we'd try our luck, see what we got. 10%, that's a pretty nice improvement from going from where we were at 1% to 5%, and so many strategy games on the sound. Yes, those, I can't remember what it's called. This is really interesting one that has a whole bunch of like knights that like clash each other. It's kind of like Suikoden 1's little mini game, except it's in like a pseudo 3D 2D thing with sending different knights and stuff at each other. Oh dear. Well, I would like to try and get... I think there's a trophy for getting all the ultimates, actually. All the ultimate cards. So,